Hi everyone, it's Jen and I am here with the ASC design team project. I've been working on this 8x8 mini album of the Graphic 45 Curiouser and Curiouser collection, and I am excited to do this page. So Rebecca Tate from the design team on her haul, I think it was her haul video or her travel album video, says she doesn't know what always to do with the banners, and I thought I'm going to make a pocket out of mine. So this is 6 inches and this is, I think, 4.5? No, 5. So I'm going to make a 7x5 cut here. And then we're going to score at a 1/2 inch on both sides. Excited about this page. By the way, this is a yellow page. I do mine by color. But we are on yellow. And we're more than halfway through the album, but we still have to do the back cover and the back cover and the front and the spine, so maybe halfway through. We did the middle pages, which was the big page. Okay, we make our pocket as always. This time we're going to mat our pocket before I put it on. So I think I'm going to do it in yellow. Get the right side of the ruler. Yep, 6 should be by 5. So I'm going to cut the yellow a little 6x5. And we can go all yellow. We could do mostly yellow. Do I have all yellow? Yes. These, the backs of these are yellow. Okay, so a little less than 6, a little less than 5. And dry fit. Looks good. I like this side too. Okay. I'll put that on there. Good enough. I didn't leave enough on this edge, but whatever, it's fine. And then we're going to glue this down where we want it. And then we're going to cut, and that's going to be it. So it's going to be super simple. But I think it'll be neat. If you wanted to leave the black around the top, we could have just put it on the mat and then matted afterwards, but I'm good with this. And we're going to go corner to corner-ish. And we're going to have to trim this side, at least this side off, this side here, because it's going to be close to the edge, but we'll go ahead and trim this side off too. So we're going to let that dry. While it's drying, I think I want to put some of the hearts. It's looking a little plain to me. So there are a lot of little heart ephemera pieces and some butterflies, some roses. But I would like red ones. Even though this is a yellow page, I think the yellow blends in too much. That little butterfly would be cute. What if I put a butterfly? Well, there's I don't know what that is. I think that's a flower. There's flowers. Maybe I'll put those on the front. There's that red heart. Do we have another red heart that size? Keep bigger. Wait. These red hearts are way bigger. I think those are too big. These white and yellow hearts. Do I only have 2 hearts this size? Come on, man. 'Cause I think the yellow ones blend in too much. Okay, here's some little red ones. That's a yellow one. Red. Maybe we'll do this. Red. Yellow. Red. Yellow. How about that? I like that. The yellow ones will distress. The red ones we can leave, and the butterfly I think we'll leave. I lost it. There you go. There he is. Okay. Plan. I love it when a plan comes together. I'll grab a tag while I'm in here. I'm almost out of the big tags. I like that one. I'm almost out of the big tags. And I think we're going to take one of these frames and make a shaker element for the spine. I think that'll be fun. Okay, I'm distressing the yellow ones because they need a little bit of, they need to stand out a little bit, I guess. I'm not going to distress the butterfly because he's got a stark white outline. We'll just leave it like that. This will go ahead and distress the red ones. I don't know that they need it because they stick out just fine, but we'll make everything match. And in the meantime, we're letting this get nice and dry. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut off the ends that hang over. Just a little tiny bit. And then distress, cover those white edges that we just made. Now I'm going to cut along the border or the banner. I think this is fun. Thank you, Rebecca, for challenging me. Well, for bringing it to my attention anyways, that we need to find fun things to do with our banners. Okay. Just in case I cut into it. And then we'll glue her on. I like it. And let's just glue on these hearts and butterflies and give the banner something to show off. I have one of them. I was gonna say I need like one of those pickup tools, but I have one. I just need to bring it up here. Oh, that was supposed to be yellow. It's supposed to be red, yellow, red. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. This has been a fairly relaxing weekend for me, which I enjoy. I don't take a lot of entertaining. Okay, good enough. Alright, now I have a 6 by 4-ish that I need. Why don't I just take the other part of that paper? That looks good. Dry fit done. We know she's gonna fit. This is a fun album, you guys. I am enjoying making this one. The Wizard album, I will tell you, got to the point where I was like exhausted and tired of doing it. But you'll have that when you work on something that big. This one's big too. I don't think I'm making it quite so complex. But okay, this guy just slides in here. Okay. There we go. I love the yellow. Why isn't he going in? I know he goes in because he dry fit, okay? I got some extra adhesive. Mark that off. There we go. Isn't it pretty? I love this page. I love that idea. I love it. Let's see if I can, what I want to put on here is this. But I'm thinking that I may want to put that on the front too. Okay, I found all the flower pieces in the ephemera pack, and I think I have it figured out, but I think it needs some dimension, so I'm gonna go find my mouse pad thing for forming flowers, and we're going to circle back to these. But yeah, there's like 3 different size petals in the stamen, and then 2 different leaves, so we're gonna put those in the look at it later pile and continue on with our pages because we're on a roll and I want to keep up the momentum. So yeah, we're doing well. So we did this really cool banner page. Let's do what's next? Sometimes I just look at my old videos and see what cool things I can do. I have a lot of scraps up here, black cardstock, so let's see if I can use some of these and maybe make some smaller pockets for the smaller ephemera tags. So I think these are 2-inch strips. Yeah, 2-inch strips. This is a smaller page, so it should go good. It's 5. So we're going to cut these 2-inch strips. I have 1, 2. Well, we'll do this one too. This is a 3-inch strip. So we're going to cut 2 2-inch strips and 1 3-inch strips down to 6 inches. Score them at 1/2 inch on either side. And then instead, we're making like a triple pocket. But instead, like last time we made it tuck all the way through, we're not going to do that. We're going to just make it tuck to the, we're going to glue the bottom. So it'll only tuck down 2 inches. So, our 1/2 inch. Here. Oh, we'll put the big one on the bottom because it just makes sense. Of course, the bottom one you always have to glue the bottom down. Put some weight on that so it sticks while I'm folding these guys. It would be fun to use gold embossing powder with this collection. I have some other embossing ideas too. So I'm going to have to get my embossing gum and my mixed media stuff up here. I'm just cutting a little angle in those corners after I put the gussets on them. So it tucks down into the pocket. Okay, now instead of just doing the sides, I'm going to do the sides and bottoms of these. Because if you just do the sides, then you get to tuck all the way down in. But if you do the bottom, then it just gives you the little pocket, which is what we want for our little, all of our little tags that we haven't used yet. Line it up straight with the outside edge of the page. Do the same with this one. And it's okay if you have little gaps here because we're going to cover that up with paper. Okay, yellow paper. Let's look to see what we have. We don't have any scraps, like scraps small enough for that. That one will work. I really like this flower paper and it's going in the right direction, so we can do that. Smaller flower. How about we do the flower and this pattern. Is that Harlequin pattern? I don't know if it is or not. So this one, oh, I can use a little bit here. There's a little bit. Let's see if my scraps tell me. I have this guy here, and I want to cut that a little less than 6 inches. Dry fit. Oh no, a little less than 5 inches. I'm so wrong. Okay. Whole page. Okay, he fits in there. And then a little less than 5 inches. And this one I said was 3. Dry fit. Looks good. And then we can use him again. Less than 5. We don't need to cut him off, he's fine. And then, let's see, I don't think he's big enough for that. Nope. Do I want? Let's just go ahead and use this. I like that one. Instead of using the diamond pattern. And that one's a little more too. Okay. So he should go here. Okay, so distress. And I'm gonna use my my small ephemera cards, cut apart, journaling cards for all these tuck spots I made. My small pockets. Doesn't matter where we start. Sometimes I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Sometimes I wonder why I put adhesive all the way at the bottom of this. When you don't have to. I'm so gonna post this page in the Facebook group as soon as I get done with it because I love that banner. I love when I challenge myself to do something or somebody gives me inspiration to challenge myself. Alright, tuck spots, tuck spots. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I like it. There's those 2 pages. And we are going to do, we have a giant page here. It's probably the biggest page of the book as far as width goes. 2 of them. We'll do these 2 pages in this video and then we'll call it a day, or at least a video. Okay, let's do these couple pages. These are going to be red pages, so I kind of planned something out. It's a nice big page here. So I'm going to leave a nice big spot to put stuff. And I'm going to leave this one plain too. So we're going to mat this, and this is going to be a red page. 5 by 7.5. Let me double check. Yep, red. 5 by 7.5. And let's use, we'll use this guy here. Okay, perfect. I like it. I like the cream ones that they add in to break up all the darker patterns. I like the dark too, but every once in a while. And then I think that big piece, that one, I'll put a nice, the cream colored one on the back of that too, so. Okay, now for this one, I took one piece of paper and cut it up, and we're going to make folds. So the first cut I did is, 6.5 by 7, and that one's going to be a flap that folds down. And I did stub punch the corners of these. There's 2 pages there. And I'm just going to put it in the middle. I may have to turn them around here. If I have leftovers, guys, I will make a mini. It sounds like fun, and I'm enjoying this collection. And then the part that I cut off of there is then 5 inches and by the 6.5. So he's going to go on the bottom. This all came out of 112 by 12. And I want to line them up with the first piece. I don't want it to be wonky. Okay, and then for the other pieces that I took off, I ended up with these 5.5. Yep, 5.5 by 6, and 5.5 by 6.5, and 5.5 by 6. And that's just all from one piece of paper. And we're going to leave it like that. We're not going to add a whole bunch of bulk to it. I'll put this one on the outside, the bigger one on the outside. I don't think it really matters. The smaller one on the inside. And then when you open this up, it'll be like do. Oh, it opens up 4 different directions. And that's as simple as that. I do want to line it up. And then get it as close to the edge as possible without going over your bead. Okay, so it looks like that. And you can add pockets or belly bands or whatever you want to it, but we're going to leave it like that. I would like a large piece of paper. I think I said this is 7 inches. 7.25 it looks like. I'm going to lose 7 1/8. We'll put it at 7. And then we'll dry fit it because we're going to lose some. So it's 7 by 7.5. And I don't think he's big enough, but I want to use this paper. I'm going to cut it 7 3/4. A little less than 7 3/4, just in case. And cut it at a little less than, we'll cut it at 7 and then we'll trim it. And I only have one of this paper left. Make sure, okay, yeah, no, I was right. So we're gonna cut yeah, we'll try a 1/4 inch off of that. And because you just lose some with all the different folds. Okay, that one's done. And then all the other ones we're gonna need 2 of, one for the outside and one for the inside. If you wanted to leave the inside panels cream, that's an option. I don't see why not. We can do that. Let's leave the inside panels here, 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 and here cream. The other option, I think, would be a red, just a nice core matching red, which I did not pull out any matching red except for some real thick glitter paper that I don't think we'll introduce at this point. Maybe if I make some cards or something like that. I thought at the beginning I may use it for tags, but we're good. Good with what we have. Okay, so we'll cut the cream cardstock first. The top is going to be 6.5. Move stuff out of the way. 6.5, 6.5. I don't have any scraps that size. But I got all of the flaps out of one sheet, so I should be able to get all of the mats out of one sheet, right? There's my 6.5 by 6.5, and the best part is I don't have to distress it. I may have to cut a little bit off because of the fold. No problem. Okay, this one I think is 6.5 by 5.5. Nope, 6.5 by 4.5. Where I fit. Sorry, you can't see the bottom of that, but nothing exciting, I promise. We have the 5.5 by 6 and the 5.5 by 5. Easy, easy. Now I've got to find pattern paper to cut the same pieces out of. Oh, hang on, wrong way, there we go. And make sure that I do it in the right direction. Okay, so there's that. I'm just going to go ahead and take those out, and I can use them for measurements because I didn't cut them all at the same time. Okay, so we're going to go up, down like that, I think. So let's see what we want showing. And against this pattern here. So I would like a mostly red pattern. For that, because of this. So let's go ahead and just use the back of, this isn't my favorite thing, they're just fern leaves. So we'll use the back of that for that. And then the inside, ooh, let's use some of this. We haven't used this in a really long time. We'll use that for, maybe I should just use that. Let's just use those two. Okay, so we have six and a half-ish by 6.5-ish. And I need it going this way is fine. Dry fit, and let's trim a little bit off the bottom. Okay, stuff them. And then the next one is 6.5 by 4.5. Dry fit. That's good. I'm sitting here wondering if I could go another week without mowing my lawn. I don't think I can, but it's what's going through my mind as I'm sitting here doing this. It's okay. It'll give me steps for the day. I really have no intention on walking a lot. Nova's mad because she's shaved. She probably won't want to walk. And she's prone to sunburn now. The inside piece on. Okay, the top piece. That fern pattern is not my favorite. I don't know why I dislike it. I just don't care for it. Normal stuff to get me ready for the week. And those things could be happening while I'm doing this, but I have not made any effort to actually start any of them, so that's where that is. Okay, so the two plain pieces of red are under 5.5 and 6 by under 5.5. So we'll just do 5.5, 5, 6-ish. Dry fit them. Good enough. Sometimes little scrap things fall out of my punch and I didn't know where they came from because I've cleaned it out since then. Maybe it's just holding on to them. Dry fit before I distress. Everything looks good. This little blender, this little ink blender thingy has held up very well through this album. It's not falling apart like the last one, which is like one of the main reasons I don't like distressing. I don't like it, it's just tedious. But when the little sponge starts falling off all over your stuff, it's really annoying. Okay. A little close to the edge there. So I suppose I will get this page done and go do some laundry. Sounds fraught with peril. That's a Twilight reference, by the way. She says, I'll do laundry. That should be fraught with peril, he says. For you, it would be. And then I'm thinking about getting a tablet so that I could do my Facebook Lives. I used to do them with my laptop, but my new setup, it's not really big enough to keep the whole laptop and everything on the desk. So I'm hoping maybe I can use a tablet and film with my phone and watch the stuff on the tablet. I hope I can do that. That would be fun, and it could be like Crystal usually does her lives on Sunday, so I could do it like on a Saturday night or morning. You guys have to let me know. Okay, there's that page. All done. All done. All done. I like it. I'm gonna put something here. One of the cut parts, maybe. There's a watch already. I don't know. He's pretty busy. Maybe we shouldn't put anything there. It'd be cool to have a frame over here or something. Another one of those frames where you tuck everything in. That would be neat. Or I can just frame Mr. Rabbit here. I can just use the frame. He fits perfect. That'd be fun. Maybe leave a space to tuck something in the side. I don't think I could tuck him. Once I glued that frame in, it would be too... Maybe. If I glued it in like this, no, it still wouldn't work. We'll just leave it for now. I'll have to think about that. I can always just do like one of these chipboard things. I kind of like that. Let's just do that. I haven't used one in a while. Here's somebody mowing, and it's not me. It's not my lawn either, but there. I like it. Okay, did I just do what I was gonna do in this video? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna do another page in this video. Yeah, so I have a black page that I need to do next. We are nearly done, people. Okay, yeah, so there we go. That's the next page. And we'll be back for another page here shortly. Okay, back at it. We're going to make a big flat page here, and I found this piece of cut cardstock that I want to make the flap out of. So I think I'll just trim. Right now this is 6 1/8. I think I'll just make it 5 1/2. There we go. And it's already cut to the right width or height. So I'm just going to cut a piece of 7 1/2 by 6 1/2. That's 7. That's 7. Or 7. Yeah. 6 1/2 or 6 because that's 5 1/2. Score it, and then we're going to. It's just going to be a flap. And this is a black page, by the way. I don't know if I've already said that. It's going to be a flap here. I need to take a little bit more off of it. Quarter inch. Okay, and then we can do one of two things. We can just mat the entire page in the back, or we can mat some of it there. I think this time I'm just going to do the entire page. Typically I do something different on the inside. So this page is 7 by 7 1/2. Double checking. We need a black 7 by 7 1/2 inch mat. I would like to use this pattern, but I don't have enough of it. I have lots of this pattern because I don't like it. But I guess we'll use it. So 7.5-ish, a little under 7. And that goes right. I could use this side. I haven't used it yet, but it really doesn't do anything for me. So I cut it a quarter inch too small. So what I'm gonna do is cut it again right where that where it's going to hit. And then that should work fine. Okay, so black fern paper. If I did this right, which I'm not holding my breath since I didn't do it right the first time. That's why I didn't. So this goes here. And then I'm going to take my insert. Actually, I'm going to do that. Then we're going to put this on. This is a very, very paper conservative way to do things here. Because it only saves like 1/2 inch. Okay, we should be able to put that here. And then this should cover that. Crossing our fingers. What did I do while I was gone? I did some laundry. I did some dishes. I started meal prep. That is not straight at all. I set up my printer. I haven't set it up yet. I have not gone downstairs and got all the stuff I said I needed to get. I should make myself a note. I should. All the stuff I need to get. I have sticky notes right there. For that reason. Not exactly for that reason, but. I'm thinking about ordering a tablet. I haven't convinced myself to do so yet. This guy. I like that. And then on the inside, I'm going to use one of the border strips here. Let's look at our border strips to see what we have. How about this one? Oh, there's 2 there. How about this one? I like that one, but he's not big enough. How about this one? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, yeah. I should probably cut it so that the words actually make sense. The first of the words, not the last of the words. as I have been doing this album, I've been fussy cutting the stuff for the Stamperia. Is it Magic? The Magic collection. It's also red and blue and black. That'll be fun to go into. After this one, I want it to go this way. I don't know why we want it to go that way, but that's the way I want it to go. That's fine. Okay, and then this one is, I should just start measuring in centimeters, you guys. 5.5 by 7.5. He's not big enough, and he's not big enough. Ended up with a lot of 4.5-inch strips is what I'm ended up with. Okay, we're going to use this guy. Remember, if you want your paper to go twice as far, make a 6 by 8 album instead of an 8 by 8 album. I think I just measured that wrong. And I think I just measured that wrong again. Wow. Maybe I'm not going to use that paper. Or I just have the wrong one. 5.5. What am I measuring wrong? 5.5. Okay, now he's right. Don't ask me what I did wrong. I did something wrong. And then I think I'm gonna do oh wait, was I gonna use the roses? I was not gonna use the roses. I just stressed the wrong side of the paper. I'm gonna use these little flowers. These little black and white flowers, which kind of would be neat to color. I have to save a piece of paper for the back. Whatever color I save. I should have enough. I just don't have any black. Alright, there's that guy. Okay, now what I would like to do over here is a double pocket. And I don't want, this is 4.5, right? Yes, 4, it's a little over 4.5. So I'm going to cut this down to, we'll do 3 and 3 inches. So this is going to be 3 inches. Do I have something that's already 3 inches? Oh, I'll just cut this. 3 inches, and then I'm going to cut it to 5. We go 6? We can go 6. Because we're going to score it in half, and then we need 4 inches by 4. Let's see here. I'll do this. I'm just kind of going through my scraps up here. I bet these are 4 by 4. 4 by 4. 4.5 by 4.5. So we'll just cut them at 4. We'll leave them 4.5. And then on the 3-inch side, we're going to score. So on the short side, score, score, ooh, score, score, and then the little pockets here, score, score. It's going to be our flaps, and then on these we will deco punch the corners that are going to stick out, and these will be little flat pockets. Okay, here's the flaps, and here's the pockets. And the reason why I wanted it to be no more than 4 inches was so I could use this paper. I'm getting to the point now with certain colors that I'm like, okay, what size paper do I have that I can use? Okay, so go ahead, we'll do like we do everything else. First we'll glue the flaps on. And I should have some space between them. And don't cover the bead, because that would be bad. And then we're gluing 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. And down. And then the same on this side. Question of the day, you guys. How many projects do you have started? I have lots. I think I have at least 4 mini albums started. Okay. I want to design a new tray for when I do my mini albums. I have cards that are lined up that I wanted to start. And I have a package on the way that I am going to utilize the goodies in it for a present for somebody. So that'll kind of become a priority then. Okay, and then the back, we're going to use this. So, but we're going to use it this way. So it's going to be 3 inches. And then 6 inches. That should cover. That apparently was not a 12 by 12 piece. And then I'll just use this guy. The only thing I don't like about these is the little plastic things start to come off. I have to wash my bedding, but my dog is laying on my bed. And she is very mad at me for her haircut. I don't want to make her more mad by moving her. Once she moves, I can just take off a layer of sheets. I layer my sheets so I don't have to wash them all that often. Ew, I'm strange. Tell me you don't like making your bed without telling me you don't like making your bed. That's me. Okay, so these are a little long. These measure 5.5, and I cut these at 6. So. And that I put the deco punch on for some reason. I should have put the stub punch on it. If I was going with my using the stub punch for the pages and the deco punch for the mat, or yeah, the mats, but apparently I didn't want to do that. I try and do that just so I can keep things straight in my head. And then we'll have to find little tags to put in here. And this is the last of the black page, so we'll finish him off and we'll call it a day. If I said that I was going to call it a day in another video and I didn't, sorry. So 3 by 7.5. I have lots of strips that I can use for that. And how about I just use this tone on tone because it's on the back of the thing that I don't like. And it's already cut to 7.5. And then I'm not going to distress that one because it is, even though it's not the cream, it's still a cream. And I'm going to find a cut part or a sticker or an ephemera to put on there. Okay. Let's look at the sticker sheet. The border's going all over the place. How about I just like this. I'll just stick that right there. Just for decoration. Okay, so there we have these pages. Lots of room here. I'm liking it. Next page is the yellow page, so if you like the yellow pages, like I like the yellow pages, hang out. And we will do that next time. So head on over to ASC Supplies on Etsy or ASCCraftSupplies.com. Use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off your normal price purchase. And we shall see you next time. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.